In 2008, we came with all of our kids. It's when the base was being built. We've probably been down here 10, 12 times.
I think I keep coming back because I can use my gifts. I like the way they do it. You not only just build for them, they come back and they minister to these people after we've left. And so it's just not a one-time, well, we're going to give them a house and we're done. The ministry goes on.
We just appreciate the ministry in the way they present the gospel. It's a full rounded circle.
Right.
Yeah. The grandkids started coming when they were in 3rd grade. And on this trip, our grandson is now 20.
Some of the biggest highlights I have just been working with a group that I normally don't interact back home, and just becoming more of a team and family to get a job done and being able to be God's hands and feet throughout this trip. So I was supposed to be building at a different house, but I asked my dad if I'm like, hey, can I go with a different group to get to know them? And it ended up being that my mom came to the same village 15 or 16 years ago, and she encountered this one girl who was named Vicky as well, and they got really close, and my mom was able to share the gospel with her, and that lady ended up being the mother of the house that I ended up building up for. So it just hit me and it blew me back, and I'm like, whoa, like God's like had a plan since day one, and just being able to go out there and bless a house to them now, it was just amazing. After giving that house to the family after all those days, and you put so much sweat and energy, and you're super tired, and then at the end of the week you just give it to them, and just to see their face, it's awesome, you know. And I don't know, I can't describe it.
Mi nombre es Julio César. Tengo una esposa con 3 hijas. Yo trabajo en una finca, pero no teniendo dónde vivir. Siempre en la mente de nosotros siempre había algo, decir, una casa para vivir aquí. Pero no hay dinero, no se puede construir, pero ahora esto sí ya es de nosotros. Y gracias también porque ellos siempre nos hablan de la palabra de Dios.
I think one of the reasons our family has included the grandkids is because my philosophy on teaching a child is more is caught than taught. And if they see us doing mission work, they're more likely to want to do the same.
So back home, I often think of prayer as just another part of my relationship with Christ. It's the first thing I do when I get up in the morning, and I do it when I need something. But here, prayer has been about choosing God all the time and asking Him for anything, but also just a lot of praise that I don't think I've ever included in my prayer before. I think that I have a want to recommit parts of my life to Christ, parts of life that I have tried to keep to myself, things that I was selfish with, that I want to give back to God.
I think it's easy to think about what is this trip doing for me, but actually this trip is for the glory of God. And so during the house building portion, there was about 20 people that committed or recommitted their lives to Christ. And then during yesterday's medical clinic, we had 114 families there, and then I don't know how many of them came to the altar call, but a lot of them did, so that was really cool. Last night's devotional as a group hit me pretty hard. It was Acts chapter 2 about the church and how we are to live together in community and meet with each other daily, pray daily, share meals, and then worshiping, and then also confession of our sins too. And I think when we are home, it's so easy to keep those things to ourselves. Like maybe we don't share with the community every day. So it's been really neat to be the church every single day while we've been here. So I would like to take some of that home and try to be more involved in my community.
You know, like you mess up every single day, like nobody's perfect, but yet we're here doing God's work, and you can easily go home and do different things. And when you get in like the rush of your everyday life, if you can like slow down and be intentional, and like you never know if you could share God with that person.
Going off what you just said, like I think it's so easy for us to think inwardly, you know, like I'm so broken, how can I help other people? Or I mess up, so how can I be a servant of God? And like you just have to get out of yourself and look outside and try to spot an opening, you know.
So one of the things that's impacted me is how there's a language barrier, and I know like nothing of Spanish at all, and yet love is a universal language, and there is it just transcends everything, and we can communicate even though we can't talk. There's other ways of communicating, and just to love on them. Show the love of Christ. Be the hands and feet of Jesus with the heart of Christ to the village people, and it's just been amazing to see that. And to be able to do that has been an honor and a privilege.